Listening to this specific type of music I'm about to go over with you is scientifically proven to 3 times your focus in literally 5 minutes. And if you're one of these people that have tried all the productivity tactics, you've tried the dopamine detox, you've tried the weird Pomodoro headstand technique that is going to magically make you more productive, right? But whatever you do, nothing is working for you. I guarantee this is a problem, and if you just can give me 7 minutes of your time, I will permanently solve this problem for you. Because literally I went through the exact same thing. I tried all the productivity tactics, I perfected my sleep, I fixed my diet, and one of the biggest mistakes people make, and this is the only reason why they can't focus, is because their brain is not in the right mental state to get into a flow. But if we simply fix this problem, it's literally guaranteed. It's a foregone conclusion that we're going to get into a flow. But just before I go into the music and the reason why it works so well, I just want to tell you a quick story, okay? You see, it's quite an unusual day because it's 6 a.m. and it's like everyone is sleeping in my house. I'm trying to do my deep work for my business right before school, because if you've tried working on your business in school, it's so hard to work in the afternoon. Your brain is just so tired, and there's literally no point in doing it. So now I've finally got a few hours to myself where I can work on my business with no distractions, and I can maximize my time just to get towards my goals much faster. And you know, I've planned like 2 days prior for this deep work session. I literally perfected my sleep. I didn't use any blue lights 1 hour before my sleep so I can get the maximized sleep, you know. I've got rid of all my bad habits, so it's basically impossible for me to get distracted. I was energized, I wanted to work. I had this ambition, this drive to get towards my goals, but for some reason, no matter what I did, I just couldn't focus. Every single 2 minutes, I would stop what I was doing. Something just popped up in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, let's go and watch that YouTube video. I click off my D-work task I'm meant to be doing, and I go and watch YouTube again. And I'm not joking when I say this. It probably happened around 50 times. I stopped what I was doing and I just went on YouTube. Got into the endless cycle of just distractions. And I'm just looking at the bottom right of my monitor and I'm just seeing the time go up, and eventually it's time for school, and I've literally got nothing done. But why the hell did this happen to me? I've literally perfected every single thing. I've took the advice from Andrew Huberman. This was meant to be the most productive time I can possibly work, right? And I'm actually conscious of my distraction. I'm sitting here like, bro, what am I doing? I'm meant to be working right now. Time is running out. I've got to complete this task, otherwise I'm not going to get anything done in the day. And I remember distinctly, after I finished this like 7th video, this 14-minute video, I refresh, I go back to the YouTube homepage looking for the next one, right? The next hit of dopamine. And I see this specific video from a person called Mindament, and I forgot the title, but it said something about isochronic tones and boost your focus. And when I saw boost your focus, I was like, bro, I'm clicking this, I don't care. It was like I just got a neuron activation in my brain. And I'm not joking you, this is going to sound really weird and it's going to sound really fake, but as soon as I clicked on this video, it's like I was just in a flow state instantly. It's like everything around me just didn't matter anymore, other than my work. And I managed to complete the task I was doing, which was probably editing a video, in literally a third of the time I usually do it. Just think about this, I had barely any time to complete any of my work. School is right around the corner, like 30 minutes. I managed to edit the video. It usually takes me 2 hours to edit a video, and I've just did it in 30 minutes. Because the sad reality is, most people try the productivity advice that is going to change their life. They get the habit tracker on their wall like I did, mine's over there. They get the entire productivity system down to a T, but nothing gets improved, nothing gets done, and they've just wasted all this time preparing, trying to be productive, but they're just seeing everyone else, still their business clients. They're seeing everyone else get high grades but them. And I believe, in my opinion, the thing you have in your ear when you're working is the most important thing. It's what determines that you get into a flow. And just before I explain why and how you can actually implement this into your daily routine, I just want to say, if you want to get access to a ton of free resources that are literally designed, that literally saved my productivity, that got me into deep work flow for 6-8 hours a day, every single day, and just got me towards my goals much quicker, click the first link in the description to join my free community, okay? The biggest problem, I'm just going to split it right now, is knowing your productivity style. Because every single person watching this video has a different productivity style. Mine is different to yours. And if you can actually find this productivity style, I'll reveal them in a minute, you will master your productivity, and you won't need any of these tools. There's 2 main productivity styles I've kind of come up with. The first one is the silence. You've got the people who work in silence and they cannot focus when they've got any sort of distraction. If they've got music playing in their ear, they cannot focus. It's just them and their Word document, their Google Doc, and they're able to just get into a flow immediately, basically. And these are the gifted people. These are the people that are already productive. But the second productivity style is the opposite, and these are the people that I call the flow states. And these are the people that cannot work in silence. They need a sound in their ear. They need something going on while they're doing a deep work session that keep them in the flow. And this is me, by the way, because I've tried working in silence and it just doesn't work. And maybe for you, you can work in silence, but there's a lot of people watching this video that cannot. And this is the reason why they cannot get into a flow state. It's literally the same if you can just take this analogy with you. Imagine someone going hard in football, when really their sport that they're meant to be really good at is basketball. They just wasted all that potential, and they could have made it into the NBA, but instead they just pour their effort into football and they got nowhere. This is exactly like your productivity style. If you can find it and master it, you will just instantly have an edge over your competition. You'll be able to destroy everyone because you're able to focus for much longer hours. And I'll be honest, I don't really know why these two productivity styles exist. I don't know why some people can work in silence but some people can't. But my guess is we've always been brought up with music in our ears, right? You can probably agree with this. We've always carried the music to the gym. We've always worked with music in school, stuff like that. We always walk with music. We've always got music in our ears. So when we don't have that in our ears, life starts to get boring. It starts to lack the dopamine that you have. And it's even worse when you're working because you can't get into a flow state like you usually do. And this is probably what happens when you're doing your deep work. You put on some random lo-fi beat that is meant to boost your productivity. Maybe even listen to lyrical music when you're trying to work, which is not good for your productivity, but you still do it. And you find yourself just constantly changing the music, you're changing the playlist, and you just can't work. This is what we want to solve, this is what we want to change. And if we can just replace the music we're listening to with this specific type of music, the chances of us getting to a flow are much higher. Because like I said at the start, this is scientifically proven to boost your productivity. And this special type of music is something called isochronic tones. And you've probably never heard of this before, maybe you have. Well, the reason why this is scientifically proven to work is it makes the brain match the tempo, the beat that the music is playing. And when that happens, when your brain is at the same frequency as the sound it's playing, it starts to get immersed into this thing. It starts to have no thoughts whatsoever. And all your thoughts go into the work. It's like, you've probably heard me say this concept before, it's called the attentional space. And this attentional space basically holds everything on our current attention. This video right now is in your attention. Maybe you've got music playing in the background right now. If we actually want to get into a flow state, the goal is to make the work fill the attentional space. And this is what the music allows you to do, because it gets rid of all the thoughts, it gets rid of all the distractions, and it puts your full attention onto the thing. So there's a quick actionable step I want you to do right now. I just want you to type in isochronic tones on YouTube, and there's a channel I really recommend called Mindament. This is what I listen to, and I just want you to try listening to this music when you're in your D-work session, and I guarantee if you do this, you will just get into a flow state, because the exact same thing happens to me every single time. And the funny thing is, every single time I don't listen to this music, I lack focus, I get distracted. But if your brain does not respond well to this music and you just can't get focus with it on, you can also just try any type of ambience, any type of sound that is kind of consistent, that isn't lyrical, that isn't like changing constantly. This will make your brain match the frequency that the sound is playing, and it will guarantee that it fills the attentional space. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you really want to improve your focus, like I said at the start, and you want to get access to a ton of free resources that are designed to improve your productivity, click the first link in the description to join my free community, okay? Make sure you do the actionable step. Goodbye. Have a stay you in Elman in the face again. Goodbye.
Whoa.